Welcome everybody. It's your boy MUFC fan, and you know what it is, guys. My light is still not working. The weather is bad today, so it's a bit darker, and you know what's going on. But we're here for it, guys. Big up to all of those coming in. Shout out to Abraham, Man United fan in the building. Shout out to each and everyone coming in early. And let's get into the real topics, Manchester United fans, and take a deep breath because it's gonna be interesting. It's not about formations and tactics right now or who the next interim manager is, but the major asking point is the icons right? Are they correct? Is INEOS versus the icons, and who do you trust? Because guys, for me, I would trust the icons. You know what I mean? Ruben is another manager disgraced, another manager gone, and a project that's failing. Ole Carrick, Fletcher are the options that they're giving us. Are we really moving forward, people? And this is what the icons are saying. Eric Cantona has spoken. Roy Keane has spoken. And what are they? They are legends, not just pundits. They are not chasing clicks. They are men who built our legacy. Our current modern identity was built on their backs. Cantona says the club is being stripped of its soul. Keane says the decision-making stinks. And both are pointing the finger in the same direction. They're pointing it at INEOS people. What are you talking about? Let me know in the chat. What are your thoughts? Are they best in class? Are they best in ass? Because we're only getting knee-jerk reactions. You know what I mean? Ten Hag, we could say what we will. He's gone. Amorim, gone. Different philosophies. Same chaos again. So when people ask why Ole again or why Carrick, maybe the answer isn't nostalgia or lack of ambition. Maybe it's fear. Fear to commit, people. Fear to dare to do greatness. And then the pressure keeps rising. And it's always going to end up in a fear to finish what you started. Because winning becomes difficult. And that's why the legends are being dragged back into this mess, guys. And people will say, why trust the legends? Or are they saying it just when they are warning us of what they are foreseeing coming? Are Cantona, Eric, and Keane wrong about saying what they're saying when they played for this great club and built it on their back, sweat, blood, and tears? No, people. You can't selectively believe in what the legends say when you want to. 1 minute, you believe that they're right when they're supporting your side of the thing. But the next minute, when you think they're slightly against, you're like, why should we pay attention? They're just hating. They don't never right. They don't get it right ever. People, we need to ground ourselves. Again, I tell you, as your friend, as your favorite podcaster, maybe, you know, Mark and your boy, I'm telling you, guys, ground yourselves because it's going to get dark. You know what I mean? And I trust Roy Keane more than I trust most of the data analysts and all these people and all the big talk from Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada. I rather trust that guy right here. You see this guy right there? Roy Keane, Roy the boy. I would trust this guy because I saw what he gave for my club. And it made me want to believe, and if you work hard and you have talent, greatness is what you will achieve. So I don't know about you guys, but let's look at what Roy is saying all over the place. You know what I mean? He's mad. He's mad about some of the things being said. And his suggestion is that we go get Eddie Howe. And some people might say to me, nah, he's mad about Amorim. There are reports that Roy Keane, he wasn't a fan of Ruben Amorim. He was hoping he could get it right. He was liking some of the things he was saying, but he was not liking the performances on the park. He was questioning what he was doing. So that doesn't mean Roy doesn't want Man United to win. But he's seeing that we could be making better decisions and we're looking to go back to the past. And maybe, just maybe, we need to stabilize the ship. But like, I am like Roy, guys. I want something new. I don't want something old. I don't want something that's been about. You know, I want to go different. If we were said and told by this same structure that we're in a rebuild and we're going to rebuild to compete from 2028 onwards. Where is the rebuild, folks? Do you think buying Cunha and Bumo means rebuild players that are above 25 years old? Which this same structure said our age range is between 17 and 25. We are buying players on their second contract, not players looking for their last big payday. And guys, what did they do? They did just what they said they weren't gonna do, as usual. So why trust them at all until they prove they can be trusted? Why trust these criminals? People, listen to your boy Mark N. You know what I mean? These guys are laughing at us all up the park, down to London, all about the place, because guess what? We stay believing in fancy words, nice suits and ties, and big smiles, people. Big smiles. Big up to Mark Davies in the building. How are you doing? We need a midfielder in January transfer market. Get these clowns out. Radcliffe and the Glazers out. Bro, we have to get Radcliffe out first, and we have to get the Glazers out. It's a two-step process. We made it difficult when we allowed ourselves to believe all those people who told us INEOS is a step in the right direction. Mark, big up to you, my brother. Hope you're well this morning. I'm doing good. I'm enjoying my day. It's a bit dark. I'm upset. My light doesn't work. I have to get a new one, and I ordered it. It should be coming, but I might have to go to the store and get one today because it's snowing. Everything's backed up. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, it's one of those times. Big up to Jack Reacher in the building. My brother Nems. Yeah, I can't even argue. We're acting like a small club right now, bro. We're not acting like the big bad Man United that gave everyone nightmares for decades. You remember, Nems, when you were a kid, you were growing up and you would watch the PFA nominees of the year, and out of the 7 nominees, there'd be 4 or 5 Man United players every single time in every single category. It really showed how dominant United was. I mean, you could just see the change and the discontent of the different broadcasters when they would call that list out, and all they would see is Man United, Man United, Man United. And they're Liverpool fans. They're Arsenal fans. They're Chelsea fans. Hey, yo, I'm great, bro. I hope you guys are well as well. Since Saf kicked out a lot of shady people in sunny Old Trafford, 100%. And let me tell you something, Jack. Yeah? People might be mad at Roy Keane. Roy Keane is saying they have Saf hanging around like a stink smell. Now, I might not agree with that, but I'm at the same time, they're making it seem like that. That's certainly what they're making it seem, because if you're claiming that you get little advice from Sir Alex, and this is the shit that you're producing, of course, you're tarnishing his reputation, and you're making it seem like he's really lost his marbles in his old age. You know what I'm saying, people? And they're going to use this and milk this against us. They did this the beginning. They said to us, they need to do this, and it will hurt. We will suffer. What are we suffering? We are being embarrassed. This is not suffering. This is embarrassment. Embarrassment, I tell you, folks. A big, big club the size of Man United doesn't even know who their next manager is going to be, but they sacked a guy, and they want to tell us they are best in class, the best in ass bitches of INEOS. They need to get themselves a brand new club. But the biggest mistake that we made was trusting these fools, guys. I keep telling you. And it's like, people would say, Mark N is crazy. Don't listen to him. He waffles a lot. Look at his channel. He doesn't even have 2,000 subscribers, but he chats like he knows it all. I just chat like a fan. I'm one of you guys. We all Man United through and through. Born and bred. It's not something you walk into. You're born into this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, once you start, you can't stop. Life changes. It's life now. You know what I mean? Look at the legends we have, people. Look at the legends. If I move myself, just look at those legends. Take another. Every era, we have legends. Some of the greatest ever to play in the Prem. Every 10 years, we've had them in my lifetime. This is the first time we have a team that's not really looking like They're doing their best. They need to do better, people. Yeah? They need to find that shit deep down and give us blood, sweat, tears. But at the same time, we focus on them, the ones who have them here, the people that are being unspoken of, people. The real problem at Man United, the executives in the board. The executives in the board. Guys, listen to my little stupid argument really quickly. It's not going to take much time. Yeah? But just hear this point of view out and tell everyone that Mark N said this. We have shitty owners who in the last 10 years have spent among the top 3 football clubs in the world, which means they got money. They spend money, right? Think about it. They sign the checks off. Here's the biggest problem. We don't spend well. We don't use the funding well. Who utilizes the funding and executes the day-to-day management? The board and executive members, the people like Carlet Rocher and these people. Yeah, all those nice executive suits that come up and they dress nicely and they come up when Man United is doing well and they say, well, I'm the COO, and I'm the CFO and the CEO, the this and O. I am the sporting O. These are the people who are being paid to do a job, folks. These are the people really responsible for United failing. It's not the owners. They have their part to play. But ask the question, how could these people spend the billions of dollars they spent on such shit? Ask yourselves. I've been asking myself this. You know what I'm saying, people? You know what I mean? Mark, help me out, bro, if I'm wrong. I mean, some people say Mark N is not Mank. He's from Trinidad. He might not know. But I'm asking, and I hate to say this, but we pride ourselves in some of these executive board members who are Mancunians. They're supposed to be home fans. They're supposed to be one of us. But they fail all the way to the bank. They ain't stat padding. They cash packing. You know what I'm saying, people? Tell me, guys. Now, don't get it twisted. The Glazers are shit. INEOS are shit and liars. But the executives who are here on our board and been on our board for the last 8 years, they haven't really changed. They've added 3 members from the INEOS camp. And these are the folks who drive in their big Bentleys. You don't see, they keep the camera off these guys, but they all have box seats and nice padded chairs. Yeah. When they get into Old Trafford, they sit in some of the nice warming seats, people. In their Burberrys and their Gucci's and their Dolces and whatever have you they got. Yeah. But listen to what I'm asking you and listen to why I'm saying this to you. Why are we not holding them accountable? Why are they still employed? They aren't the owners. We could fire them as well. Exactly. Think about it. These guys kept their job. But Dan Ashworth, who said a year ago, this was a bad idea, folks, he got fired in 6 weeks. But the assholes who toed the line, they got their job. They still there. I mean, did you honestly believe we were cost-cutting really to save money? I mean, the mistaken and poor executed decisions cost us over 20 years of the money we were trying to cost-cut to save. We could spend that money every year for the next 20 years and still not run into the overruns that we spent on these 2 managers. Over 50 million in 2 managers, people. About 48, somewhere around there. 48, 50. Let's not go too much. It could be more. I could be a little bit wrong. I don't have Google in front of me, but I'm just quoting because I remember Ten Hag was something like 18 million. This guy is something like 27 million. Guys, let's look at the facts. The money doesn't lie. What were they cost cutting to save us from? Their fuck ups? What were they cost cutting to save us from? Because clearly they spent over 40 million after a year and a half of cost cuts, major. Yeah, guys, I don't know, guys. I don't know. They're moving like my lighting right now. It's all dark with these fools. They're evil. They're like them shadow nightmare creatures. You know what I'm saying? They're just lurking there just to suck you dry. You know what I'm saying? This is what INEOS reminds me of. And Man United, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make the Glazers sound good, but I think they were better than these fools. Because I honestly believe they would have spent 300 million or more last summer to get him all the 5 players he wanted, or 6. And then they might have said, nothing in Jan. But they would have, I'm pretty sure they would have spent more than we spent this summer. I'm pretty sure. They've done it. For every new manager, they went up near 380 million, 350, 360. Amorim got 270. He could have got another 100. Could have got another 100, guys. You know what I'm saying? And if you couldn't get Belieber, there must have been a second option. They are failing miserably. And if you want to excuse that and say, well, oh, this and that, and while I will say to you guys, Brighton refused us. They got an offer what they wanted. And this is why Belieber is very, very jaded and disillusioned by Brighton and their owners, is because they got an offer of 80 million cash plus 40, and they refused. So they were getting 120 for this guy, and they didn't even want that. They wanted more. So, guys, let me tell you something. The fact that they couldn't go and get cheaper alternatives, or at least alternatives, guys, we've seen it before. We've complained about Arnold and Murtaugh doing just that when they didn't and weren't able to secure Frankie De Jong. Do I have to say his full name? Come on, guys. Let's not mistake this. Yeah. And while Keane is blasting the owners, I showed you the quotes. Yeah. He's blasting them for their indecision, their poor decision making. Hiring Amorim without bringing the players necessary in his first window and second window and now this third window, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So all in all, they fucked up there. But even before that, you spend 267 million pounds on a manager and you sack him in 6 weeks. Where is the intelligence there? How does it compute? Where's the numbers where's the numbers that prove that that's a good decision? Guys, it's back-to-back madness. It's from chaos to anarchy, guys. I'm telling you. Right now, we are in anarchy. It's getting close to Armageddon, baby. Yeah, it's getting close to Armageddon. I'm telling you. I don't think Amorim shouldn't have been sacked. He was telling the truth about our club is run. What do you think? Well, based on him being honest, we saw what happened to Ralph Rangnick a few years before him. He saw it as well. He saw what happened to Ten Hag when he started telling the truth. He saw what happened to Ole when Ole told the truth. And this is where I say to you folks, why does he think he was special? Just because they say, hey, you're a guy, you are our guy? Nah, bro. They all lost it because they told the truth. So what makes you think if you tell the truth, you're not going to be losing it too? Guys, it's mad. That has to be mad, guys. Now, you can't tell me. Now, while I say, and I say this, guys, yeah, if he so believed, he could have bring United back. He could have told the truth later on, after he brought us back, when he had the power to stick it to them and really embarrass them. You know, like I am the manager that won Man United their first Premier League in over a decade, won them an FA Cup, got them to a Champions League final, all in the same season. And guess what? I did it all despite being held with my hands tied behind my back. And then you walk out, drop the mic. That's how you kick owners in the stones, people. You don't throw a stone at a concrete wall. It's not going to scratch. I can tell you. Yeah? So let's be honest here, guys. Yeah, we have an incompetent DOF. He's never been a DOF in his life, who thinks he's a coach, which he says lovely all the time. I am a coach at heart. Who the hell has he coached? Has anyone asked Jason Wilcox that question? Like, Jay, what's up, Gay? What's up, my brother? Yeah, you said you're a coach at heart, broski. Where's you have a UEFA A, B, C? Where's your badges, King? Yeah? Who have you coached a stint at Chester or maybe, Bromwich, Oxford, Hull, something there? Or was it just the youths at Man United Academy in the under-16s? Which one? Because, you could say you're a coach, but then you could be a coach. It's two different things. No one is questioning this guy, bro. This guy's our DOF. Hired by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Backed by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Barada. That guy. We are so lucky to have Christopher Favell, people. Folks, you don't even understand. This guy is working overtime because he's got to do it by himself. He's got all of them against him and the egotistical maniac. Because, of course, guys like him. You know what I mean? There are lots of them in this world that have bad reputation. It might not look like it, but he sounds like it in a slightly different way. When it comes to football, so what makes Wilcox different from Trump? Let me ask the question, people. What makes Wilcox different from Trump? Should I say Ratcliffe is Trump? No, I can't do that. But definitely Wilcox. He's definitely the guy saying, I want to be the guy that did this amazing shit. And you're going to love me for it. I don't know, guys. Wilcox coached his son's school football team when the PE teacher was ill. That's the experience he has. Broski. I'm trying to do a little coaching course program myself at Barca University, but at the same time, guys, I'm not gonna say I'm a coach anytime soon. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to educate myself so I could actually talk tactical, because I love the way Jarvis talks that thing, and he has all those qualifications, so I have to learn it too, the hard way. But I'm never gonna say I'm a coach like that. You know what I mean? That's wild. That's absolutely redonkulous, folks. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why so many people don't get why we have these problems, because we get hyped. We are sometimes overly tribalistic in different ways. And yeah, we need people who are actually best in class. The hype of best in class without proving it is ridiculous. Like, these upstarts tell us they're best in class. That's basically what it is. So Jim Ratcliffe is an upstart. He might be a billionaire in petrochemicals, but he ain't a billionaire off of sports investment. You understand what I'm saying? So he's a greenhorn. Yeah? Big clubs said no to this guy. Barcelona, who are on the brink of foreclosure, on the brink of administration, they told this brother, nah. Barcelona said nah. Chelsea said nah. And Chelsea was sold for $2.5 billion, folks. They told him nah. You feel me? But Man United fans, the ones who were paid to promote this guy, you know who they are. Of course, I don't need to say their names, because you know who the ones were saying it's a good idea. They're going to get the Glazers out. You know what I mean? This helps us. They're going to bring best in class. They're going to hire this one. They're going to hire that one. Guys, when I always told you, I don't trust these guys. It doesn't feel right. From the moment I heard of Vanity Project, I'm against it. Because Man United ain't that cheap, people. No day, no time, no way. Man United will never be that cheap in my heart, bro. So if you say vanity project, fuck off. Simply. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if you're offended, but fuck off. Yeah? I can't believe we gave up Qatar for this shit. Jesus. I don't know who has to say it, but it has to be the dumbest campaign against your club's liberation. Whoever started that shit. The dumbest campaign against your club's liberation. And you should be proud of yourself. You're the reason why we're here. Because you started that shit. And everyone who got on board with that, I'm not mad at you. You thought that good idea was a good idea. Not all ideas are good ideas, people. Yeah, you got to think about the long term. The short term doesn't work. When we said out, we mean all or nothing, not part way. The moment we settled for part way, people, we put ourselves to get this slap in the face. I promise you. And it's so disappointing. I want to talk about transfers, Mark, but we don't seem to be doing any transfer business because, again, they lied. If they didn't lie, Semenyo would have walked in the door. I promise you. If they didn't lie, we would be signing Stiller as well. If they didn't lie, Joe Gomez would be coming to this club. If they didn't lie. If they were really buying players for the project, they would buy them because they were earmarked priorities to sign in January. We all discussed terms early, had verbal agreements on personal terms. We just had to get the clubs to agree and trigger the deals. Man City beat us. Mark Guay supposed to be going to Barcelona. It looks like Man City is going to make him an offer he cannot refuse. Guys, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. They didn't just lie to Amorim people. They lied to Man United fans everywhere. They sold us the biggest fucking dream on the planet. A new stadium. Challenging in the next 2 years. Title by 2030. All big SEO scams, people. I know. I know. And Punisher, we will agree. Like, if you listen to my streams, I always said if you hire a manager, sign the players he needs. Don't sign players you want to give him. Sign what he needs. If you give someone what they want and need, they will make better use of it than something they didn't want or need. It's a fact. Just look at your life. So we can agree. But he didn't want Carreras. I'll be honest. He did not want the kid. I'll say that to you. He did look at him at Sporting, but he didn't really want him because he could have got that. I'm promising you. But Mendes, we will agree. He wanted Mendes from PSG, and we didn't do our best to get him. Dummies. A lot of them. They're dummies. These people in the executive positions at Man United, they all need to go. Before we could get rid of the owners, we have to get rid of the failing executives. Because these executives will fail any owners. They're incompetent. It's always been them. Sure, the owners haven't done anything to step up to the park. But the guys who run the day-to-day and make the decisions are the executive board. And we have not changed that in over 15 years. We've only added to that since INEOS came. They need to go, people. I promise you. They need to go. And until we realize this as fans, it's not going to happen. We're always going to be getting over our heads, aiming at the owners when there's a line of people in front of them who need to get hit first. That's all I could say, folks. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. I feel embarrassed with no reason because, yeah, You made us hold 15th last season, INEOS. Thank you so much, you pricks. Thank you so much, you pricks. You made us hold that. Yeah. What are you going to do about it now? Well, I hope you don't get the time to do anything about it. I hope you get out of here. Yeah. Big up to everybody. We will be back later on. Of course, you know, the match preview is coming today. In a little while, your boy Marken is going to do some AFCON and try to get a little bit of joy from all the colors and the good vibes of the AFCON tournament. And then we'll be back to Man United match preview. We'll be discussing our matchup versus Brighton in the FA Cup, the second game of Darren Fletcher. We need a win, guys. We need something going for us. Because right now, glory, glory, Man United. But the INEOS, they are against us, people. It's INEOS versus the Icons and Man United fans. Part 1. To be continued, folks. I'll catch you guys later.
Baby.